When you hear the word peace, what comes to mind? Probably just no fighting, right? The absence of conflict? But what if it's more than that? What if peace is something you can actually build, like a blueprint? Well, today, we're diving into a really interesting message from a personal website that tries to do exactly that. It lays out a structured 5-part framework for peace, and it does it one letter at a time.
So the website we're looking at, which is from Muhammad Ali Khalid, opens with this greeting. Right off the bat, it sets this really thoughtful, contemplative tone. It's like a cue that we're about to get into something pretty specific and meaningful.
And what's cool is how direct the author is. There's no mystery here. The website has one goal, and one goal only, to share a very particular message with anyone who visits.
And that message? It's all about peace. But hold on, this isn't just some vague, fluffy idea. The author presents peace as a real, structured, actionable framework, something we can actually break down and, really get our heads around.
So, how do they do this? Well, the whole framework is built around the word itself. Peace is actually an acronym. Let's go ahead and break it down, letter by letter, and see what this thing is really made of.
All right, first up, we've got the letter P. And P is for prosperity. Now, this is interesting, right? Because right away, the author is making a huge point. Peace isn't just some abstract concept floating in the air. Nope. It's rooted in something tangible, in well-being, in success. It's like the practical, foundational block you have to lay down first.
Okay, moving on to the first E,
which stands for equality. And the idea here is pretty straightforward but so important. You can't have real, lasting peace without a level playing field. It just doesn't work. It needs everyone to have equal status, equal rights, and equal opportunities.
After equality, we get to the letter A.
And A is for acceptance. Now, the author makes a really key distinction here. This isn't just about tolerating other people's differences. It's about actively embracing them as valid. It's a huge shift, right? From just putting up with something to actually acknowledging and respecting it. Now we're at the heart of the acronym, the letter C, for compassion. This is where that vital emotional piece comes in. The idea that for peace to exist, we need to have a real, genuine concern for what other people are going through. It's all about that fundamental human connection.
And to round it all out, the last letter, the second E,
stands for education. And this is such a powerful way to end it, don't you think? It's saying that peace isn't something that just happens. It's not a passive state. It's something that has to be actively learned, really understood, and then passed on to the next generation.
So let's just lay it all out there together. We've got prosperity, equality, acceptance, compassion, and education. That's it. That's the 5-part architecture of peace, according to this framework. It's pretty amazing how it connects economic ideas, social values, and even personal feelings all into one big, cohesive vision.
Okay, so that's the what of the framework. We get the 5 pieces. But you might be wondering, why these 5 things? Well, the author gives us a really clear answer to the why as well. And where this definition comes from is just as important as what the definition is.
So, what's the philosophical anchor here? What's holding this specific combination of ideas together? The author doesn't leave us guessing. They are super explicit about the source of this framework.
And here it is. According to the website, this entire message of peace is, and I quote, acquired by total submission to God. Whoa, that one line changes everything, doesn't it? It directly links this whole 5-part framework to a spiritual foundation. This isn't just a secular philosophy. It's presented as a direct outcome of faith.
But wait, there's more. The framework doesn't just stop with a definition and a foundation. It actually includes a how-to guide, a methodology. So, how are you supposed to share this message? Well, the author gives us some pretty clear instructions for that too.
To explain how to share this message, the author points us directly to a quote from the Quran. And just listen to the language here. The instruction is to invite people, not to force them. The whole method is based on wisdom, beautiful preaching, and thoughtful discussion. It's about persuasion, not compulsion.
So when you step back and look at it, it's pretty incredible. We've seen how one single word, peace, can be completely taken apart and then rebuilt into this very specific, very actionable framework.
So just to quickly recap the whole thing, the message really has 3 main parts, right? First, you've got the definition itself, the PEACE acronym. Then there's the foundation, which is submission to God. And finally, you have the method for sharing it, through wisdom and beautiful invitation.